Neighbors claimed I stole their cat. The police response was perfect. My husband and I had just moved into our dream home after saving for 3 years, excited to finally have a big place for our 2 rescue cats. We'd spent all day unpacking boxes and setting up our new life. That's when we heard it. This awful, heart-wrenching yowling coming from next door, followed immediately by a man's voice screaming, "Get back here, you little shet!" Something crashed against what sounded like a fence, then more yelling. I ran to our bedroom window, and what I saw made my stomach drop. A small white cat was running across the yard in pure terror, while this massive guy chased after it swinging a baseball bat. The cat disappeared into some bushes, and the man stood there for a minute before storming back inside, slamming his door so hard our windows rattled. The next morning, I found her hiding in our hedge. This beautiful white cat, probably around 2 years old, but she was so skinny I could see her ribs. She had burrs stuck all through her fur, and she flinched every time I moved. My husband came out to see what I was doing, and we both immediately noticed something was wrong with her back leg. She was limping when she walked. You could tell she was in pain. I managed to coax her inside and spent an hour gently brushing out the burrs and mats. She was so grateful, just purring and head-butting my hand the whole time. My husband and I were talking about how awful the neighbor seemed when someone started pounding on our front door. I opened it to find this woman, clearly drunk at 10 a.m., demanding to know where her cat was. "I saw you take Snowball," she slurred. "Give her back right fucking now." I told her the cat was in our kitchen, and something in my stomach dropped hard when I saw what happened next. The moment that sweet little cat saw her owner, she bolted toward the back door in absolute terror. The woman grabbed her roughly by the scruff and dragged her home while the cat cried. My husband and I just stood there watching, feeling sick. That night, we made a decision. We can't just let them hurt that cat, I told him, and he nodded. "Whatever you want to do, I'm in," he said. We opened our bedroom window and put a bowl of cat food on the sill, then waited. Sure enough, around midnight, Snowball appeared. She was limping worse than before, and I could see what looked like a fresh cut on her ear. We let her eat, then gently brought her inside. The next morning, we took her to a grooming salon and asked them to dye her fur orange. The groomer looked confused, but did it. Then we drove straight to vet care. The vet examined her thoroughly, and what he found made me furious. Her left rear leg had been broken and healed completely wrong, probably months ago. She had 3 broken ribs in various stages of healing. 2 of her claws were just missing entirely, probably ripped out. The worst part? She'd clearly had multiple litters of kittens, probably forced breeding, but no microchip. We had the vet treat her injuries, spay her, and implant a chip, making sure the paperwork clearly stated she was an orange domestic shorthair belonging to us. When we got home with our newly orange cat, the vet's words kept echoing in my head. "I've been a vet for 15 years, he'd said, and I've never seen this many old injuries on such a young animal. If you hadn't brought her in, she would have lived in constant pain for the rest of her life." We'd barely gotten her settled when someone started hammering on our door again. The neighbor woman was back, this time with the large man. "Where's our cat?" she screamed. "We know you stole her." I looked at them with complete innocence. "I'm sorry, what cat?" She pointed at our orange cat, who was peacefully eating from a bowl marked Ginger. "That's our cat, Snowball." I tilted my head like she was crazy. "Ma'am, this is clearly an orange cat. Snowball is white." The boyfriend pushed past her. "Bullshit. We know that's Snowball. Look at her face." He started reaching for the cat, and I stepped between them. "Don't you dare touch my cat. This is Ginger. We have vet records proving she's ours." The woman started screaming that I was a lying thief. "Fine. I'm calling the cops right now." She whipped out her phone and dialed 911. My heart was pounding as we waited. What if somehow this didn't work? 20 minutes later, 2 officers showed up. The woman immediately started ranting about how we'd stolen her cat. The officer looked at Ginger, then at the paperwork I handed him. "Lady," he said to the neighbor, "your report says you're missing a white cat named Snowball. This cat is clearly orange, and the vet records show she belongs to these folks." He looked annoyed. "You're wasting our time." The audacity of these people trying to steal my cat. I watched them storm off while the officer shook his head.